In the fall season of 2020, I've heard of this anime called Jujutsu Kaisen. My cousin actually came up to me and started gassing it up, saying, "Hey, you need to watch this anime. It's very interesting. It's really cool. It's about cursed spirits and stuff. It's really dope." And I was like, when I first seen the first episode, it looked all right to me. I ain't gonna hold you. I was a little bit hesitant to even watch the whole series up until this year. I know it took 2 years. I know. Don't flame me. I think the reason I didn't watch Jujutsu Kaisen at the time was because I was kind of over anime. I've been an anime fan for such a long time. It honestly got exhausting, and plus I just graduated that year, and I was trying to figure out what am I gonna do with my life before I self-implode on myself. But I think it was honestly a blessing in disguise because I didn't have to wait for season 2 to come out and had to edge myself with more news article trying to convince myself it's coming out soon. They're coming out soon. It's coming out soon, man. I swear, I just need that new season, gang. And honestly, if you love creepy stuff, cryptics, urban legends, folklore from around the world, hearing about creatures that go in the night, that go bump in the night, like, who you voodoo, bitch? Because Jujutsu Kaisen didn't just sprinkle yokai all over the show. It fucking dumped a truckload of yokai folklore tale, and it's just really cool to see them in action and how their abilities from the folklore translate into the show. And it honestly just gives me an excuse to add a series to my channel and something that I'm already interested in already. Let's talk about one of the old but gold yokais that everybody and their mama knows. Shit, even my 1-month-old niece knows this one. That's right, the Koche Sake Onna. This tale actually originated 1,200 years ago in the Heian era of... Wait, the Heian era? 1,200 years ago in the Heian era of Japan, this legend originated in a small village where the samurai had a very beautiful wife. She would ask the villagers all across the village, "Am I pretty?" for those who stared at her constantly. The samurai would go on to a war a couple weeks later, but the woman grew lonely. The woman decided to start having affairs with the men in the village while her husband was gone. When the samurai came back to the village, he had caught wind that his wife was having affairs. He was so angered by this when she came home. As punishment for her infidelity, her husband would cut her corners of her mouth ear to ear, making her an horrific monster out of her. She would die that day and come back as a vengeful spirit, a cursed spirit named Koche Sake Onna. When several newspaper and magazine reported on the legend, bringing back the rumors of the Koche Sake Onna. During these times, they would force young children to go home in pairs and put more cops on night duty. She would dress like a normal Japanese citizen with a medical mask and a trench coat. She would go up to you during the day and ask, "Am I pretty?" with the mask on, of course. If you said no, she would kill you instantly with the scissors. If you said yes, she'll take off her mask and ask, "How about now?" If you said no, she'll cut you in half. If you said yes, she'll slit your mouth to look like hers. Like I said, old but gold, man. I swear I can never get enough of this story. I usually put the Koche Sake Onna in between top 10 and top 5 yokais I really like. But let's go talk about the next yokai, the
Night Parade of 100 Demons.
Yes, the Night Parade of 100 Demons from movie Zero. Said to be one of the most catastrophic nights of Japanese folktale. This is a night where all yokai, onigo, tsukiyami, and other spiritual creatures leave their home at night and parade through the streets of Japan in a massive spectacle and utter pandemonium. The parade is led by Nuriyunchin, Nozuchi, and Ototochi. So the yokai, they truly work like it is in the show, almost. Except if you're a human and you try to go out of your way to look at these creatures, you are often killed or spirited away. This is also attributed by sometimes divine punishment for looking upon that which must not be seen, and sometimes the sheer shock of witnessing the horrible spectacle. According to the Japanese encyclopedia, the only way to keep safe from the night parade of 100 demons, should it come by your house, is to stay inside on the Pacific night associated with the Chinese zodiac, on which the night parade will be held. For those who hear the party that's going on outside as the parade passes by their house should chant a magic spell. I'm not repeating all this. What the fuck? Just cast Jacob Ladder. Now, this yokai is like a collaboration of them, and I'm not really going to try to break down every single one, and that'll be for a future video somewhere down the line, but I think this one is a pretty alright one. Not good, not great. It's just a combination of yokais, nothing in particular, really. 6 out of 10. And I wish more video games would take this path of like including yokai or any mythical creature from like any type of like story or folktale from any background and just put it in the game randomly just to have it there. I think this should be a common practice because these things are kind of interesting. And I think the Demon Parade would definitely be useful in something. And for this last yokai I'm gonna cover, we're gonna cover the smallpox DB, the one that May fought in the Shibuya incident where things were just going to shit. Rest in peace, Nobara. To believe it or not, smallpox is not just an anime thing; it's an actual real thing. And this happened back in 735 in Japan. According to the record, smallpox was introduced in Japan in 1735 from Korea in the early days. Smallpox was considered to come from a demon named Onryo, which was like Japanese folklore. The spirit supposedly was able to return to the physical world to seek revenge, so it was actually a vengeful spirit. So Japanese locals adopted some customs to help deal with the vengeful demon, aka smallpox. It was believed that smallpox were afraid of the color red as well as dogs. This led to a tradition where people would display dolls either dressed in red clothing or simple red dress. Those in Okinawa who tried to appease the demon did so by trying to comfort them. They used sanchin, a musical instrument, and performed lion dances before a patient who would wear red clothes during the ritual flower were offered, and incense was burned to attempt to appease this demon. Okinawa also had a smallpox poetry in Ryuka style. The poetry was intended to glorify the smallpox demon or try to improve the patient's suffering of the deadly disease. So you can see, just like in the show in Jujutsu Kaisen, the smallpox demon was literally a manifestation of human fear in Japan because, back in the day when you had smallpox, it was basically just a death sentence and it was taking over Europe at this time. And for my thoughts on these yokai, I really think it's very interesting. Definitely a real thing. I mean, this is a real yokai we're dealing with, a special grade level, in fact. You guys. All right, so this is the end of the video. Congratulations for watching all the way through. How do you guys feel about this Jujutsu Kaisen video? Personally, I think I like it because it's always been something I'm into. It's always been like something I like to research ever since I was like in middle school. And I believe with that, that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you made it all the way through the video, please remember to like, subscribe, and follow my Twitch where I'm live daily. Look at my schedule. I am there Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. On those days, I'm always streaming. So go ahead and click a follow, and I'll see you there.